my God, my favorite moments. It's been 10 years. Jeez, how do you pick?
You have an effect on people, Daniel. God, I don't know why we wait to tell people how we really feel. I just think that it's moments where it sort of tests your mettle, like where the writers have actually stepped up with the character, like stepped it up a notch and given you a new depth or a new layer or a new part of your backstory that people didn't necessarily know about. And it's usually in moments of crisis, so we've had quite a few of those in 10 years.
I like a time when Chris and I were firing these big guns, these big rifle spaz 80, 90s, and something else big-ish, explosive. And there was another time when I got to shoot the 50 cal, that sucker that you got to pull back and get it by doing this thing with, you know, it kept jamming on me, so I had like bloody fingers and I didn't care. I just kept pulling back and firing away. Yeah, it was all very kind of sickly sexual in a bad way to be shooting those big guns, because I hate them in real life, but man, when they're not shooting live ammo, it's quite a hoot.
I just feel like the Mo and Vala came first through the gate. Huh?
Well, don't you all have me surrounded? The outfit was so extraordinary, and I felt fantastic wearing it, and for some reason we were always filming sort of shots here. That was the frame. I don't know why. Had something to do with the bustier, I'm thinking.
We're starting to stare.
Well, should we walk about and try to appear normal?
Last year we did an episode arc called Avalon 1 and 2 in Origin, and in that Claudia's and my character take great delight in laying into one another and slagging each other off and calling each other names and finding different ways to dig on each other, and there's a lot of antagonism throughout it. Daniel! And then there's this horrific sequence that we shot where her character is set ablaze and essentially killed in front of him, and then this other character steps in and resurrects her, for lack of a better term, and there's just this wonderful touching beat of when she comes back to life, and my character is sort of holding her and they're caressing each other, and you can tell that there's genuine affection there underneath all this witty banter, and there's a certain depth of emotion there that was a really nice feeling to play.
I've got tingles all over. Don't flatter yourself, I'm pretty sure it's not you.
All we needed was the ratio of the decay rate of Naquita relative to the energy output.
Carter's giving these just unintelligible scientific explanations of how we could destroy these hyperdrive chambers.
That might just excite the phase particles enough to bring them into our visible light spectrum.
Carter.
Well, look at these readings, sir. These are leptons.
Get out.
I have to update the computer's drift calculation to include gravitational space-time warping.
Recreating the neural structure on a molecular it defies the uncertainty principle.
Hey.
Are you Carters going to be able to figure this out?
We'll figure it out.
That's Michael Shanks.
Shanks! What's up, man? Almost every practical joke we do is aimed at Chris Judge, because he's the easiest target. So there was one time when we were in the infirmary and he was lying in a bed and he actually fell asleep. And so I got everybody to leave. Everybody left the room. And it took about 5 minutes. And he finally woke up and he was alone in this scene. And he woke up and the look on his face was absolutely priceless. He had no idea where he was. And when it clicked in where he was, he had no idea where the crew was. Michael waited till about the 16th episode before he finally got fed up with me. And it was actually both me and Judge he got fed up with. And he put in earplugs so he didn't have to listen to us carpet one another all day long. And for an entire week, Michael was wearing earplugs through the entire episode. I remember the biggest one that I set up was the very first show I directed, where we were chipping away at the ice. In one of O'Neill's lines is, "I don't know what to do." And she just looks at him and goes,
You spent 7 years on MacGyver and you can't figure this one out? We got belt buckles and shoelaces and a piece of gum. Build a nuclear reactor, for crying out loud. You used to be MacGyver, McGadget, McGimmick. Now you're Mr. McUseless.
Dear God! Stuck on a glacier with MacGyver!
The Asgard puppet is a bit of a prima donna. He has like an entourage of at least 5 people. A bit of a sexual deviant. He harasses women. That's what he does. He's touched my bum on more than one occasion and claimed that he didn't know he was doing it. I couldn't feel it, he said, through my rubber hands. I don't know. I think he's a liar.